Capri sits just off the coast of southern Italy, a short ferry ride from Naples. It's a small island, no long sandy beaches, no giant resorts, no party scene. And yet, for decades, Capri has carried a reputation far bigger than its size. Writers came here, artists came here. Later, celebrities followed. Today, thousands of visitors arrive every day in summer. What actually created that reputation? Is it the landscape, the history, the image? Let's start where almost everyone starts, the port. Almost everyone arrives at Marina Grande. Ferries run constantly from Naples, Sorrento, and the Amalfi Coast, especially in high season. And the first impression can be surprising. The water is clear, the cliffs are dramatic, but the atmosphere is busy, loud, fast-moving, tour groups gathering, drivers calling out, lines forming immediately for buses and the funicular. Capri looks calm in postcards. Marina Grande feels different. It feels like a small island handling a very large number of arrivals within a few hours. It's not unpleasant, but it's intense. If you're here only for a day trip, this energy will shape your experience. If you're staying overnight, things change later in the evening when the last ferries leave. From here, most people head uphill toward Capri Town. Capri Town feels curated. Clean facades, polished storefronts. Narrow streets designed as much for atmosphere as for movement. At the center is the Piazzetta. It's not large, but it carries historical weight. For decades, it has been the social heart of the island. Today, it's mostly cafes with high prices and well-dressed visitors sitting for long conversations over small cups of coffee. If you're interested in luxury brands and elegant settings, this area delivers. If you're not, you might pass through fairly quickly. The interesting part is what happens just beyond the central square. Walk a few streets away, and the tone softens. The views open up. The island starts to feel less staged and more geological. Capri Town is easy to reach, with a train from Marina Grande. The Gardens of Augustus are one of the easiest and most rewarding viewpoints on the island. Below lies Marina Piccola. In front of you, steep limestone cliffs drop into deep blue water, and carved into the rock, you see the dramatic curves of Via Krupp zigzagging toward the sea. Yes, it can be crowded. People line up for photos, but the landscape does most of the work. There's no luxury branding here, no performance, just raw geography. If you only have a limited amount of time on the island, this stop alone explains part of the island's reputation. On the southern side of the island lies Marina Piccola. Compared to the main port, the atmosphere shifts immediately. The cliffs protect the bay, the water feels calmer, and the rhythm slows down. There are small beaches and rocky areas where people swim and sit close to the water. Boats anchor offshore, but the movement feels less frantic than at Marina Grande. It's still popular in summer. You won't have it to yourself. But it feels more like a place to spend time, rather than just pass through. If you're staying overnight, this is where the island often feels most balanced. The views are strong, the energy is softer, and the scale of the island becomes easier to appreciate. The Faraglioni are the visual symbol of Capri. 3 rock formations rising vertically from the sea, shaped by erosion and time. You can see them from several viewpoints on land, but from the water, they feel far more imposing. Boat tours circle around them constantly. Small vessels pass through the natural arch in the central rock. Cameras are always ready. It's undeniably popular. They are not delicate or subtle. They are dramatic and direct. For a moment, you understand why Capri became an icon long before social media existed. Above Capri Town sits Anacapri, the quieter side of the island. It's less polished, fewer designer storefronts, slower streets. For many visitors, it feels more comfortable and less performative. Further west from here, the island opens up even more. Punta Carena Lighthouse stands on the far edge of the island, facing open sea. In the evening, people sit quietly along the rocks, watching the sun drop into the water. The atmosphere is simple and unforced. From Anacapri, a chairlift takes you slowly up to Monte Solaro, the highest point on the island. The ride itself is calm. You move above gardens and rooftops, suspended quietly for several minutes. At the top, the perspective changes completely. You see the full outline of Capri, the small harbors, the Faraglioni in the distance. Beyond that, the Bay of Naples stretching toward the horizon. Up here, the crowds feel far away. The island looks small and self-contained. Capri offers cliffs, viewpoints, strong visual moments, and a reputation built over time. It can feel crowded, it can feel polished, but it can also feel dramatic and surprisingly grounded, especially if you move beyond the first impression at the port.